Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 650 for May 16 through 31, 2024. I started this podcast 17 years ago, and I'm grateful that we're now celebrating our 650th episode. A remarkably auspicious full moon in Sagittarius highlights the second half of May. We also have two of 2024's most important events, a Jupiter-Neptune sextile and Jupiter entering Gemini. There's also the peak of a harmonious cradle, Jupiter quintile Saturn, Mars conjunct Chiron, the Sun entering Gemini, and more. It's rare to see this much astrological power so harmoniously energized. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology in your preferred app. And if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. In fact, I announce our May winner during this episode. And since we're celebrating the fact that this is episode number 650, instead of giving away a 1-hour session as usual, I'm giving away a 3-hour deep dive reading worth $599. Keep your ears peeled if you've entered. As of May 16, the moon is waning, Pluto's retrograde through October 11, and there are details and links to all this in the show notes. Before we get into the individual days of the forecast, I'm excited to announce that not only is this episode number 650 of This Week in Astrology, but my book just received its 200th rating on Amazon. I'm also grateful that 81% of readers gave it a 5-star rating, and its overall rating is 4.6 out of 5. Plus, more than a year and a half after publication, it still ranks high in its categories. For example, as of May 15, the ebook was number 5 in New Age mysticism and number 10 in spiritual healing. If you're one of those wonderful people who rated or reviewed my book, thank you. And if you haven't read it yet, maybe all this great news will tempt you to check it out. My book's 15-word title is Instant Divine Assistance, your complete guide to fast and easy spiritual awakening, healing, and more. If you'd like to listen, my audiobook is free if you're not yet an Audible member. Instant Divine Assistance is also available as an ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Click a link in the show notes to check it out on Audible or Amazon, or read it in Kindle Unlimited. All right, let's get into the days of the forecast. Saturday, May 18. Ready for a breakthrough in your relationships, finances, or creativity? It's empowered by a Venus-Uranus conjunction at 23 Taurus. Be sure to follow your intuitive hits in these areas. Also on Saturday, May 18, you can feel more expansive, joyful, and optimistic thanks to a Sun-Jupiter conjunction at 28 Taurus. It's a great day to do something adventurous. On Sunday, May 19, would you like to deepen your embodied awakening? How about expressing some inspired creativity or doing some law of attraction manifestation? Or would you just like to operate in flow state all day? All these, as well as dream work, are supported by a Sun-Neptune sextile, Sun 29 Taurus, Neptune 29 Pisces. Take your pick. On Monday, May 20th, the Sun enters Gemini at 8:59 a.m. EDT. For the next month, learning, communication, writing, and teaching are blessed with extra energy. Be sure to enjoy enough variety in your life and make time to be playful. This is also a great time to connect with neighbors and relatives. On Tuesday, May 21st, a powerful and harmonious Cradle peaks today. It started on May 1st and ends on June 7th. This aspect pattern includes Pallas Athena, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto. Since it's integrated into the Sagittarius full moon on May 23rd, I interpret it there. Everything I say there applies to this aspect pattern except the section on Venus. On Wednesday, May 22nd, you can enjoy smooth empowerment with the Sun trine Pluto, Sun to Gemini, Pluto to Aquarius. With the Sun in Gemini, this harmonious aspect also supports all types of learning and communication. Thursday, May 23rd, a remarkably auspicious full moon in Sagittarius. A full moon brimming with harmonious potential illuminates the sky at 9:53 a.m. EDT. That's at 3 degrees Sagittarius. I've rarely seen a lunation overflowing with so much easy opportunity. For starters, the moon is in Sagittarius, the sign associated with expansion and good luck. It's the sign most associated with good fortune. Any Sagittarius full moon is great for release or adjustment in a variety of areas. You can dive more deeply into higher education, formal or self-guided, as a student. You can also bless others as a professor, philosopher, guru, or other wisdom giver. Sagittarius rules foreign travel. This could mean a physical excursion, but with today's technologies, other countries and cultures can easily come to you. Do you crave a deeper understanding of life? Sagittarius rules religion, philosophy, and life's meaning. Are you living life as a quest or adventure? Sagittarius would love it if you did. And are you experiencing enough celebration, euphoria, and enthusiasm? These are Sagittarius's most joyful expressions. Endlessly expansive Sagittarius is the sign most likely to overdo things, so be careful not to put too many irons in the fire. Sagittarius can also believe it has the one true way, even when it doesn't, so don't succumb to street corner preacher syndrome. Most of this full moon's aspects form a cradle. Its combination of aspects, 5 soft to 1 hard, make it one of astrology's most flowing and harmonious aspect patterns. Another indicator of good things to come is that the 2 luckiest planets of ancient astrology, Venus and Jupiter, conjoin the Sun. As if that wasn't fortuitous enough, Venus and Jupiter conjoin each other less than 6 hours before this lunation. This cradle also includes 2 mighty outer planets, Neptune and Pluto. This extraordinary aspect pattern is completed by Pallas Athena. Let's explore what all this means. Jupiter and Venus. Beyond their status as the 2 luckiest planets in ancient astrology, Jupiter is the greater benefic and Venus is the lesser benefic. These 2 planets also open up many other wonderful opportunities. Jupiter has the same meanings as Sagittarius, so this makes all the Sagittarian possibilities I already described available to you even more easily. Venus. Venus rules relationships, creativity, and finance. Relationships. Since a full moon supports release and adjustment, take a look at your most important relationships. This can include anyone who's important in your life for any reason. Start with the relationships that are obviously supportive and positive. Is this a good time to take any of them deeper or expand them in appropriate ways? Toxic relationships are on the other end of the spectrum. Is this a good time to completely cut off contact with any of these relentlessly negative people? Or can you at least minimize contact with them? Finally, there are mixed bag relationships. You never know whether they're going to make you feel great or turn into a train wreck. I've done over 10,000 client sessions as an astrologer, shamanic healer, and life coach. After hearing so many people tell me about their relationships, I've concluded that the more of the following factors are present, the greater your chances of harmonizing a challenging relationship. Both people have a strong desire to heal the relationship. You're using a formal relationship healing method with a proven track record. My favorite is nonviolent communication, which is linked in the show notes. Both people take responsibility for their own emotions. They understand that the other person can only act as a catalyst and cannot force them to feel a certain way. Each person is actively doing their own emotional healing work outside the relationship container. They might be working with a therapist or healing practitioner, or might be using a fast and easy DIY tool, such as my free healing invocation, which is linked in the show notes. Trying to harmonize one of these mixed bag relationships can take a lot of time and energy. Make sure there's a good chance of a positive outcome. Creativity. Venus rules creativity, making this full moon a magnificent catalyst for artistry. Her creativity could also support a new approach in any area of life. After all, creativity is simply taking 2 or more pre-existing elements and combining them in a new way. Venus is not only amplified by her Jupiter conjunction, Venus also sextiles Neptune just 3 hours before this full moon. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Venus rules human creativity, while Neptune rules divine inspiration. A Venus-Neptune aspect, especially one like this flowing and energizing sextile, is one of the optimal astrology setups to get your creative juices flowing. Make time for your muse. Finance. Venus's rulership of money is also notable here, especially since she's dignified in Taurus, the money sign. Venus's Jupiter conjunction amplifies upside pecuniary possibilities, and the Neptune sextile can flow inner guidance to you on money matters. Venus's harmonious trine with Pluto, the planet of wealth, is also highly auspicious. All the same, be careful that your financial decisions are wise. Do these full moon aspects tempt you to hit the casino or spend all your savings on lottery tickets? If so, remember that no astrological alignment, no matter how favorable, can change how strongly the odds are stacked against you in those situations. Exercise due diligence before making any significant financial decisions. Finally, Venus and Jupiter are in the 29th or anaretic degree of Taurus. This could help you complete an important phase in your life or develop or master special talents relating to these astrological energies. Neptune and Pluto. On the high side, which is more likely in this cradle, Neptune rules spiritual awakening, inspired creativity, operating in flow state, and working with dreams. The 2 weeks following this full moon are a fabulous time to focus in these areas. As previously mentioned, Pluto rules wealth. This could be money and resources or anything that you find valuable. Get clear on the specific kind of wealth you want so the universe knows what to give you. For more on this, see my newly revised Law of Attraction post, which is linked in the show notes. During this full moon period, Pluto can also help you make whatever releases or adjustments are needed to enhance your power. Are you focusing on power over, relentlessly seeking to fulfill your selfish desires without regard for how you affect others? Or are you striving for shared power, where your empowerment benefits everyone affected by your actions? Pluto can also support life-affirming activities in occult practices, sacred sex, and any activity where you partner with others to achieve a common goal. Pallas Athena. We've discussed all the planets in this cradle except Pallas Athena. The warrior goddess can help you be assertive, but prefers diplomacy to conflict. Let her assist you with negotiation, mediation, and win-win strategy. So that's the cradle. What about aspects outside the cradle? The moon sesquares Vesta. Is it time for some adjustments in how you're selflessly supporting a worthy cause? And finally, the moon also sesquares Mars, dignified in Aries. This might cause some friction, but this is more than made up for by the fire, energy, and enthusiasm this aspect can deliver. Use it to energize your full moon initiatives. We'll continue with this May 23rd forecast after this brief message. My new VIP day is your potent opportunity for profound personal transformation. What if one day, one-on-one with me and focused entirely on you, could change your life forever? Click the link in the show notes to learn more, or go to astroshaman.com/VIP day. Also on Thursday, May 23rd, a Jupiter-Neptune sextile. This is one of 24's most important aspects, and it's exact today. It came into orb, which means close enough to be felt, on April 14th, and leaves orb on June 29th. This harmonious aspect supports many wonderful things, including spiritual teachings, religious practices focused on direct personal enlightenment, deeply enhanced flow states, easy access to spiritual awakening, deeply enhanced divine inspiration and creative inspiration, expanding your inner artistry, gaining wisdom from dreams, and gaining deep insight from your inner wisdom. Even though it's a soft aspect, this sextile could still hold darker possibilities. Jupiter could expand Neptune's potential for addiction, substance abuse, or excessive escapism. Avoid aimless wandering or martyring yourself in a relationship. There's expanded potential for confusion, delusion, and deception, so watch out for false teachings. Reality check ideas with your inner guidance if you can access it. Otherwise, vet them however you can to avoid getting sucked into a compelling falsehood. The 4 core questions from The Work of Byron Katie, linked in the show notes, are especially helpful during this conjunction. 1. Is this true? 2. Can you absolutely know that it's true? 3. How do you react when you believe that thought? What happens? And 4, who would you be without the thought? Can you hold all beliefs as conditional and potentially subject to revision or replacement? As I once heard another astrology say, quote, realism is trapped imagination, end quote. Focus on what you want as Jupiter sextiles Neptune, and this aspect can help you make it real. This is even easier because Jupiter is in Taurus, creating abundant law of attraction opportunities. Neptune rules imagination and visualization. Jupiter rules luck and expansion, and Taurus loves to bring things into physical manifestation. If we think of Neptune representing spiritual awakening, this setup also supports embodied awakening. And finally, on Thursday, May 23rd, there are two Venus aspects today, a Venus-Jupiter conjunction at 29 Taurus and a Venus-Neptune sextile, Venus 29.5 Taurus and Neptune at 29.5 Pisces. I already interpreted both these aspects in the full moon interpretation. And I think you'll agree, that's enough astrology interpretation for one day. Let's move on to Saturday, May 25th. Jupiter enters Gemini. He'll stay in the sign of the Twins until he enters Cancer on June 9th of 2025. This is a wonderful placement for communication. Gemini rules learning, writing, and teaching, and has endless curiosity about everything. Jupiter has greater interest in more specialized wisdom and can play the role of the professor, philosopher, guru, or other wisdom giver. Jupiter also rules publication, which these days could represent print, audio, video, or virtual reality. Jupiter in Gemini might also inspire you to explore new cultures and countries, explore novel philosophies or religions, or get more curious about the meaning of life. On Tuesday, May 28th, you can enjoy a magical balance of expansion and contraction with Jupiter quintile Saturn. Jupiter is at 1 degree Gemini, Saturn is at 19 Pisces. It's also easier to find the right mix of humor and seriousness, or gregariousness and isolation. With the two social planets connected by astrology's most inspiring aspect, look for appropriate opportunities to connect with those special people you truly resonate with. 29th, it's easier to get fired up about the healing work that will help you on whatever level you need it, with Mars conjunct Chiron at 22 Aries. If you get hit with a challenging situation, consider it a nudge from the universe to heal the root cause of the challenging emotions that got stirred up. My free healing invocation has helped thousands do this with surprising ease and speed, and that's linked in the show notes. This energizing conjunction can also empower your work as a healer or wisdom giver. On Friday, May 31st, you can receive intuitive hits more easily as Mercury, human mind, conjoins Uranus, divine mind. It's a great time to catch new ideas. Also, my online membership called Awakening Plus can help you awaken, heal, and thrive easily, quickly, and affordably. Here's a quote from one of our members. Quote, "The Awakening Plus events, as well as the invocations on our recordings, really help me shift my energy so that I more easily flow through life. For example, I could feel tired, anxious, or worried, but after listening to an archive recording where I get help from you and our divine allies, I'm grounded and clear. It's a chill pill of sorts, and all I had to do was to be passive. It could not get easier than that. This is essential for my self-care." End quote. Click the link in the show notes to learn more about Awakening Plus, or go to awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. I also host another podcast called Awaken, Heal, and Thrive. Learn fast and easy tools for awakening, healing, and more, gain wisdom from enlightening guests, and enjoy mind-bending ayahuasca stories. I drop 2 new episodes each month. Click the link in the show notes or search for Awaken, Heal, and Thrive wherever you get audio or video podcasts. I mentioned I'm giving away a very special giveaway this time because it's show number 650, a free 3-hour session worth $599, and the winner is Taylor, Taylor. This is the only Taylor who has entered, and it's not Taylor Swift. In fact, the initials of the full name are TRS. So if that's you, pop me an email, benjamin@astroshaman.com, and we'll get you set up with your free 3-hour reading. Congratulations, Taylor. And to you as well, thank you for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn all about this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We're wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. And be sure to check out my Instant Divine Assistance book and audiobook and my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.